Should or could Cynder be in the next Spyro game? Let's discuss it. How's it going, everyone? Blueknight here, and welcome back to yet another Spyro the Dragon video. This time discussing a fan favorite character appearing in a new game set in the Spyro Reignited universe. And that character is none other than Cynder, who is a character that, like Dark Spyro, originated, well, originally from the Legend of Spyro Trilogy, both of which went on to appear in the Skylanders franchise. So there's two questions I want to bring up for the video. The first being, could Cynder appear in the next game? And the second question being, should Cynder appear in the next game? Well, I'll start with whether or not Cynder could appear in the next game. And I think the answer is a possible yes, for a couple of reasons. One being the existence of female dragons in the next game. Now, why do I bring this up? Well, before the Reignited Trilogy launched, this seemed to have been hinted at by Toys for Bob as a new addition to these remakes. However, this was before the game got delayed and has still yet to be officially confirmed to have been considered. This artwork from the credits of Spyro 1 seemed to have supported such an idea, seeing as Cynder appeared as an Easter egg. However, going by this tweet's wording by Reignited Trilogy artist Nicholas Cole, link to his Twitter will be in the description, it seems like the idea never really went anywhere. At least that's what I'm getting from how it's worded. Now, it's already apparently obvious that this is from Cole's tweet about how he'd imagine Cynder Reignited Trilogy style, along with Sting, who I guess is Cynder's equivalent to Sparks. What can I say though? This design is absolutely amazing. Even the black variation that closely resembles Legend Cynder looks great, although Cole thinks that the dark purple variation better fits in with Reignited's tone. So if Cynder did appear in the next game, then this is the design we'd likely get to see. The other reason why Cynder could be in the next game is due to her popularity in the Spyro community, going by there already being Cynder mods being made for Reignited on PC and numerous fan arts with Cynder in Reignited's style. So I'd say there's a good bit of demand for Cynder getting into the next game. There is one other reason that is probably the least likely reason for Cynder being in the next game, is that when Cynder appears in anything, that appearance is usually always accompanied by Dark Spyro, which I mentioned earlier, being introduced along with Cynder in the Legend of Spyro Trilogy. However, this could easily be thrown out, as Dark Spyro wasn't introduced until the second Legend of Spyro game, The Eternal Night, which was after Cynder's debut game, The Legend of Spyro: A New Beginning, and that Dark Spyro appeared in Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, but no Cynder appearance, which is understandable because one, it's a Crash racing game, not a Spyro racing game, and two, an appearance by Reignited Cynder in CTRNF would ruin the next game's surprise appearance by her, provided she was actually in the game to begin with. And for those wondering, yes, I think Dark Spyro getting into the next Spyro game is very likely, along with Cynder. Cynder being a playable character, with Sting being a fill-in for Sparks, could be a possibility, and I could see that working. Now for the other question in today's video, and that is, should Cynder appear in the next game? To me, I'd say yes. However, to other fans, there's much more to it, and I agree, because Cynder has always had this dark past and story to her character. Even in the Skylanders games and Academy TV show, she had a deeper backstory. Although in Academy, that didn't go quite as deep or as dark as the legend or the main Skylanders lore. I think that some fans are worried that including Cynder would bring over too many elements from the Legend of Spyro Trilogy, or not have that deeper story that she's had in the past. And while I agree, these are legitimate concerns of including Cynder in the next game. But I'm not personally worried about that. Why? Because the Reignited Trilogy, which was a remake of the original trilogy on the PS1, managed to include deeper and darker story elements, like the sorceress's backstory, why she wanted the eggs, and the reason why the dragons disappeared from the Forgotten Realms, and of course Ripto's unfortunate fate. And with today's hardware, they can create a brand new story with just as dark and deeper elements as the Reignited OG trilogy, and still retain the amazingly vibrant, colorful worlds, even with Cynder added, with, of course, her getting some story focus as well. But one thing I can think of that can be dropped from Cynder's story is her connection to Malefor. Sure, you think of one, you think of the other. Now, I got nothing against Malefor, because he's still a great Spyro villain, no matter the series, no doubt about it. It's just Malefor's very dark nature just wouldn't particularly fit into the Reignited style universe. Unless you go with Skylanders Academy's version of Malefor, who's not as dark and more gullible.
Big guy, it's not her fault you're so gullible.
I am not gullible! And how do you even know where I am?
Dude, I didn't really make you invisible.
But I'd say let Cynder's backstory be connected to a brand new villain in the Reignited series, so that the experience feels new, unexpected, and not needing to be as dark as the Legend of Spyro Trilogy was. Anyways, these are just my thoughts on whether or not Cynder should or could be in the next Spyro game. And what are your thoughts on this? Be sure to let me know in the comments section below. And once again everyone, thanks so much for watching and supporting the channel. I've been Blueknight, and I'll see you guys back here next time. Goodbye!